What if I told you that one of the most devastating famines in the Bible wasn't caused by nature, but by broken promises and long-held sins? In 2 Samuel 21, we discover how the Gibeonites, wronged by King Saul years earlier, sought justice, and how David's actions to right this wrong ultimately ended the famine. This powerful story teaches us that unresolved wrongs can affect generations, but that reconciliation, no matter how difficult, has the power to heal. It's a lesson that's not just about ancient history, but about how we handle broken relationships and seek redemption in our own lives today. Then, let's read the chapter together. During the reign of David, there was a famine for 3 successive years, so David sought the face of the Lord. The Lord said, "It is on account of Saul and his blood-stained house. It is because he put the Gibeonites to death." The king summoned the Gibeonites and spoke to them. Now the Gibeonites were not a part of Israel but were survivors of the Amorites. The Israelites had sworn to spare them, but Saul in his zeal for Israel and Judah had tried to annihilate them. David asked the Gibeonites, "What shall I do for you? How shall I make atonement so that you will bless the Lord's inheritance?" The Gibeonites answered him, "We have no right to demand silver or gold from Saul or his family, nor do we have the right to put anyone in Israel to death. What do you want me to do for you?" David asked. They answered the king, "As for the man who destroyed us and plotted against us so that we have been decimated and have no place anywhere in Israel, let 7 of his male descendants be given to us to be killed and their bodies exposed before the Lord at Gibeah of Saul, the Lord's chosen one." So the king said, "I will give them to you." The king spared Mephibosheth son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, because of the oath before the Lord between David and Jonathan son of Saul. But the king took Armani and Mephibosheth, the 2 sons of Aiah's daughter Rizpah, whom she had borne to Saul, together with the 5 sons of Saul's daughter Merab, whom she had borne to Adriel son of Barzillai the Mahalathite. He handed them over to the Gibeonites, who killed them and exposed their bodies on a hill before the Lord. All 7 of them fell together. They were put to death during the first days of the harvest, just as the barley harvest was beginning. Rizpah daughter of Aiah took sackcloth and spread it out for herself on a rock. From the beginning of the harvest till the rain poured down from the heavens on the bodies, she did not let the birds touch them by day or the wild animals by night. When David was told what Aiah's daughter Rizpah, Saul's concubine, had done, he went and took the bones of Saul and his son Jonathan from the citizens of Jabesh Gilead. They had stolen their bodies from the public square at Bethshan, where the Philistines had hung them after they struck Saul down on Gilboa. David brought the bones of Saul and his son Jonathan from there, and the bones of those who had been killed and exposed were gathered up. They buried the bones of Saul and his son Jonathan in the tomb of Saul's father Kish, at Zelah in Benjamin, and did everything the king commanded. After that, God answered prayer in behalf of the land. Once again there was a battle between the Philistines and Israel. David went down with his men to fight against the Philistines, and he became exhausted. And Ishbi-benob, one of the descendants of Rapha, whose bronze spearhead weighed 300 shekels and who was armed with a new sword, said he would kill David. But Abishai son of Zeruiah came to David's rescue. He struck the Philistine down and killed him. Then David's men swore to him, saying, "Never again will you go out with us to battle, so that the lamp of Israel will not be extinguished." In the course of time, there was another battle with the Philistines, at Gob. At that time Sibbecai the Hushathite killed Saph, one of the descendants of Rapha. In another battle with the Philistines at Gob, Elhanan son of Jair the Bethlehemite killed the brother of Goliath the Gittite, who had a spear with a shaft like a weaver's rod. In still another battle, which took place at Gath, there was a huge man with 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot, 24 in all. He also was descended from Rapha. When he taunted Israel, Jonathan son of Shemiah, David's brother, killed him. These 4 were descendants of Rapha and Gath, and they fell at the hands of David and his men. Let's say a quick prayer to thank the Lord for his mercy. Hey God, thank you so much for the wisdom you've shared with us through this study. It's humbling to see how your words speak so deeply into our lives, even today. I ask that you help us take this knowledge and apply it, not just in our thoughts, but in our actions. Give us the strength to make things right where we need to, and the courage to face those giants in our lives. May your peace and grace guide us every day. Amen. Now that you've seen how a nation's fate can shift because of past mistakes, it's time to ask yourself, what unresolved issues in your life need to be addressed? How many times have you ignored the need for reconciliation, hoping things would just magically get better? David's story shows us that healing, both personal and communal, requires action and often a cost. The question is, are you willing to take that step to make things right, even when it's uncomfortable or long overdue? Is there someone you need to apologize to, or a situation that needs confronting to restore peace in your life? If you're ready to tackle those giants, face the uncomfortable truths, and make amends, it's time to get to work. This isn't just about fixing the past, it's about setting yourself up for a future built on integrity and redemption. So, what's holding you back? Don't wait for a famine to force you into action. Take that first step, and watch how everything can change. If this story has sparked something in you, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so we can continue exploring these powerful lessons together. There's much more to uncover, and you won't want to miss what's coming next. And, as always, don't forget to check the last video and learn more about the scriptures.